I'm Esther, the artist in residence from East Kent Schools Together, and this is
Tess.
Tess is my daughter and she's helping me out today. Over the next few weeks I'm going to be running a few sessions to help you relax with craft over your lockdown period. The idea is that although none of us can go shopping, we have a lot of stuff around the house that we can make into excellent craft. I spoke to you in the bookbinding video about the importance of creating structure in the day and how important that has been for me and for our family. This kind of continues on that theme. We've been finishing off the week with a bit of a celebration on Saturday night, which is now party night. Yeah. We've also been decorating the house. We've got ambitious, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we've blown eggs over the Easter period, decorated the eggs,
Yeah.
made egg bunting. We've now made 2 NHS flyers,
Yeah.
haven't we? It all just gives a sense of occasion while we can't go out. People are still having birthdays, people are still having anniversaries, and it's really important to give that sense of festivity. So this week's focus is Pom Poms and Tassels. The idea is that with these 2 elements you can make a load of things. Today we will be making a garland out of our Pom Poms and Tassels. I'm going to talk you through step by step how to make the Pom Poms first. So you've probably all made Pom Poms at some point, but this is just a really nifty way you can make it without having to cut those circles out of paper, which always really irritated me. All you need is a fork. Now I'm a knitter, so I've got loads and loads and loads of yarn at home. I'm aware that a lot of you won't have mums or dads that are interested in knitting to the extent that I am, but it's absolutely fine to do it with string, and they look really chic with string actually. Yeah, or jute cord or garden twine, or anything again windable. We are going about as edgy as you can go with Pom Poms and Tassels. We're going to be doing them in grey, white and black. I'm going to talk Tess through this with me. Tess has only done this once as well, so we're definitely learning together. So what colour do you want, Tess?
Black, please. Yeah.
Teenager. I'm going to start with grey. So the idea is that you take your fork in your left hand, and we're just gonna come to the front of the fork and secure that with our thumb just to get us going. Cool. You got it?
Yeah.
Now we are going to wind around the inner 2 prongs like this just to get us going, and then around the sort of middle-ish of our fork we're going to wind around, depending on the thickness of your string or thread or yarn, until you've got a fairly pillowy winding of yarn. So I'm actually, with this thread, going to wind it about 40 to 50 times around. But I mean, it's not an exact science, so you know, please don't count or anything tedious like that. Keep on winding it around. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, you've got a really thick one already. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So Tess is faster than me, apparently. Right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, we can take our scissors and just snip the end off there. Don't worry too much if it's not needed yet. Okay, so now we're going to get another bit of string that's maybe 30 centimetres long. Again, don't have to be too accurate with that. Now, if you can, post it through the central spoke. You got
From
it?
the back.
From the back to the front, that's right. So we're just posting it from the back to the front, like that. About halfway through. You can see you've got that dangling there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to bring the other side up through from the back to the front also.
Nice.
And you can lie it on the table there. Now the idea here is to tie a double knot as tight as you can. And it's quite important that they are quite tight because otherwise your pom-pom bits are going to come out everywhere. Actually, if you've got a friend to help you, it's quite helpful. So if Tess just pops her finger there, and then I can tie that off, like so. Yeah, that's much easier. Okay, so now we're going to kind of keep hold of those securing knots there. Slide it off your fork, and then you have something that looks a little bit like a bow left over. How's your tightness? Yeah, that's actually good.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so now just trim those two off there. We've still got our securing string. And then we want to get inside all of those loops there and snip through them.
Right.
And you can see one side you've got pom-pom forming. And then I'm going to go to the other side. Cool. Tess has got the good scissors. So when you fluff this up a little bit, it's going to look quite messy, which I don't mind too much, but I know there are serious pom-pom perfectionists out there. I'm not one of them, but for you guys, I'm going to make an effort. Roll it around in a ball a bit, and then give it a little haircut. The idea here is not to go bonkers straight away. Just take little bits off, because you can always take more off, but you can't put it on again. And it's quite a small ball you'll end up with. So keep on fluffing it up in between every few snips so you can see how it's looking. Mine's still a bit messy. You might find that you haven't cut through a few loops. That's fine. Let's come back to it. Okay, things are taking shape now. There we go. And yours is way fluffier than mine.
Is it the stuff there?
Yeah. Got a bit of pom-pom envy. I mean, you can go on and on in this, but you might end up with a really tiny pom-pom. So know when to stop, like so many things. Know when to stop. Oh, that's a good pom-pom. Nice and fluffy. Nice and fluffy. So Tess, do you think you have found your stopping point?
I think so.
Looks pretty good. So we have our first two pom-poms. Ta-da! Today we think we're going to make a garland, so we are going to eventually make a trillion pom-poms. But I think we'll move on now to the tassel. So now we've made a couple of our pom-poms. It's tassel time. And you make these in a fairly similar way actually. Again with another thing you should have around the house. This time we have old store cards. So here's one for you, Tessie.
Thank you.
And tassel number one, here we go. What colour do you want, Tess?
Black, please.
Black tassel for Tess. I'm gonna go white, I think. Like the pom-poms. Just want to use our thumb to secure the end at the bottom of your card. Yes, that's right. And we're going to wind around a few times. Not as many times as the pom-pom actually, because it doesn't need to be quite as fluffy as a pom-pom. So Tess has got nice thick yarn, so I reckon she's going to go around maybe like 12 to 15 times. My yarn is probably only half the size, so I'm probably going to do more like 20 times. Not that I'm counting actually. Now Tess is one again. It always feeds me. So, okay, I'm gonna, there we go. And trim off at the end at the bottom again. Snip. Okay, so you can see I've wound quite tightly and I've made a bit of a bow in my card there, and that's actually quite useful because I'm gonna get more of the same colour string. Maybe another 30 centimetres or so, don't have to be exact. And thread that through the little hole there and put it to the top. And tie another double knot. You don't need to worry about it being quite as tight as your pom-pom ones because it's not really struck in the same way, but tighter does look quite neat. Now once you've done that and you've got your securing strings out the way, you can shimmy that off your card. And we're going to snip our loops. So it's already looking a bit tassel-y, but what it really needs is a sort of belt around that area. I'm going to lay that around there. Get another bit of thread or yarn or whatever you're using, maybe like 20-25 centimetres. It doesn't matter to be exact. And just put that underneath your tassel. Again, it doesn't matter really, but 1 to 1.5 centimetres down from the top of your tassel is ideal. And we're going to tie another double knot. So you can get someone to help you if you like, but it's not as important as the pom-pom, so don't worry too much. There you go. And snip that off. Fab. Now, like the pom-pom, just going to tidy it up with a bit of a haircut. There we go. I love those. And you can use these for loads of things. They've been all over the high street on earrings and stuff. And obviously on light pulleys and garlands like we're making.
Yes.
Nice one, Tess. Like it. So now we have 2 pom-poms and 2 tassels. Our only job now is to make a gazillion more to make our garland. So I think we're going to do 3 pom-poms in each colour and 3 tassels in each colour. Is that okay, Tess?
Yes.
I'm going to go pom-poms, Tess is going to go tassels. Here we go. So I would not recommend doing this on a carpeted area in your house because it'll be so annoying to clean up.
What other colour?
So we're making a smallish garland because this is going to be for our camper van. That's the muted, classy tones.
Yeah.
So what we need to do now is to tie it onto a bit of thread. So you could go for any colour. We're going to go for black. And actually you could do this onto some LED fairy lights. They must be LED, otherwise that's a bit of a fire hazard. But that works really well. So go a bit longer so that you have room to tie it up. So I've left, I guess, another 30 centimetres or so on the end of my thread. And then we're just doing our friend the double knot on each one of these, tying it on to this long bit of thread here. And you can adjust them afterwards, so it doesn't matter if your spacing's not perfect at this stage. So tie a double knot and then just trim off the ends so it looks a bit neater. stolen Tess's scissors. This is quite a quick job actually, especially if you've got a handy helper. Sorry, Tess. So it's coming along, not far off. Tess is coming out from her end too. Okay, so we've attached all of the pom-poms and tassels and we're just going to make them equidistant so it looks a bit more pleasing. So you can just shift them along. I guess we've got about 3 to 4 centimetres in between each one, but you can have what you like. Whee! Party night. There's loads of other possibilities for this. If you look behind Tess here, we've got quite a nice wall hanging. We have our NHS garland, which I'm going to hang outside, ready for the big clap on Thursdays. You can also attach a single thing to things you have in the house. Like this is the book we made a few weeks ago. Looks particularly excellent with the addition of a pom-pom. This is for the car keys.
Very nice.
Also, the essential usage is for a very happy dog. Thanks for joining me for the pom-pom and tassel masterclass, and thank you to Tess for putting up with me. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, ready for the next online craft session. Bye!